Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're going to talk about science, but maybe not the science you're thinking of, with all the complicated formulas and lab coats. We're going to get to the heart of what science really is, a super powerful way of looking at everything around us.
I mean, have you ever really just looked up and thought, how does that work? That feeling, that little spark of wonder when you stare into space? That's exactly where this whole adventure gets started.
And, it's not just about those huge cosmic mysteries. It's also in the small things, the beautiful things right here on Earth. Like, how does a flower know it's time to open up? These questions, whether they're massive or tiny, are what science is all about.
And there it is. That's the secret ingredient, that natural urge to ask why or how come. That's curiosity. It's the engine that drives every single discovery. And honestly, it's the most powerful tool any of us have.
So, let's think of this as our call to adventure. We're about to explore the world around us, but also a new way of thinking about that world.
At its core, science isn't just a subject you learn in school. It's not a big pile of facts you have to memorize. No way. It's a verb. It's something you do. It's a process of thinking, of really looking at things, and of trying stuff out just to see what happens. It's basically our instruction manual for decoding the universe.
I love this way of putting it. Science is like a giant, never-ending jigsaw puzzle. Every time we find a new piece and fit it in, it doesn't finish the puzzle. It just shows us a bigger, more interesting picture with even more missing pieces. And that's what makes it so much fun.
Okay, so if science is this grand exploration, where exactly does it take us? The short answer? Absolutely everywhere. Science isn't stuck inside a laboratory. It's a pair of glasses we can use to see the whole world.
It helps us understand the incredible slow-motion power that literally pushes up giant mountains from the ground.
And it takes us to the most extreme places, like the driest deserts, to figure out how in the world life can find a way to survive there.
We can follow it all the way down into the dark, crushing pressure of the deep ocean, discovering bizarre and amazing creatures we never even knew could exist. And of course, it launches us into the mind-boggling vastness of space, helping us understand galaxies and stars billions of light years away. So yeah, from the tiniest microbe to the entire cosmos, science is our guide.
Now, every good explorer needs a toolkit. But don't worry, you don't need any fancy gadgets. It's just a simple but really powerful set of steps that anyone can use.
And here it is, the scientific method. It might sound a little formal, but it's totally natural. You see something. You ask a question about it, you make a good guess, you test out your guess, and then you look at what happened to see if you were right. That's it. That's the loop of discovery.
Okay, this is my favorite part. This toolkit, it's not just for people in white lab coats. Here's the thing, you already know how to use it. In fact, you've been using it your whole life, probably without even noticing.
Just think about this super simple, everyday problem. You're writing something down and all of a sudden, nothing. The pen stops working. Your brain immediately kicks into gear. You've just made an observation.
So, what's the first thing you think? Is the ink finished? Right? That's your guess, your hypothesis. And what do you do next? You test it. You might unscrew the pen and look at the ink cartridge.
But what if the test fails? You look, and the ink is totally full. You don't just give up. Your brain analyzes that and makes a new guess. Okay, maybe the ink at the very tip just dried up. So you start scribbling on a piece of paper to get it going. You see, you're using the method step by step.
And that's the big secret. That logical process, observe, question, guess, test. That's science in action. It's not some weird, complicated ritual. It's just a really smart way to solve problems.
Seriously, think about it. A cook who turns down the heat because the dal is boiling over, a mechanic who listens for a little hiss to find a puncture in a tire, an electrician who checks the bulb first before checking the wiring. They're all being everyday scientists. We all are.
So where does all this lead? Well, the most amazing part is that this quest, it never has to end. It's a journey we're all on together.
And it's almost never a solo mission. The biggest discoveries happen when people work together, when they share their ideas, challenge each other, and build on what others have learned before them. Science is truly a team sport. So if there's one thing to take away, it's this. To be a wise person, you have to be a wise person. Keep looking around. Keep